In the end, do you feel?
Well, I think in the end it's a good game for us. I think we adapt well that change, three at the back. I think they didn't adapt very well. They changed in the second half. I would say slightly better. I think we took advantage. There was a lot of spaces in the first half, so we beat the result, and in the end a clean sheet as well. So good performance today.
2 goals for you. Did the timing and the quality of that first goal really set the tone, do you feel, today?
Yeah, I think it's always easier to start well when you start with a good goal, good team goal, 1-0 at home. But we knew in the past we have been 2-0 and we didn't win the game. So I think today we did the job, and that is the most important.
You were doing everything in your power today to turn 2 goals into 3, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, always, when you are so close, it's always nice. But the most important is that we win, so we move forward.
Well, in the end, did the start you make give you a mountain to climb?
Yeah. Yeah, well, the first half was simply not good enough to be competitive against this team. We have tried a different way of defending and a little bit more man-oriented, and it is absolutely was not working. So the second half we changed then to our normal behaviors, and yeah, we felt a little bit more comfortable. We could also release the pressure a little bit, although I must say the second half they also made it a little bit calmer. But they are in the moment on fire. You must say that it's very tough defending team. If you defend out, they play behind. If you drop, then they play in front. So it is very tough against this team to the moment to defend when they are in this shape. Yeah, and this is what we have seen today.
Did you feel, nevertheless, that you could get back into this game, particularly at 1-0 down? You had good openings.
Yeah, to be honest, yes, we had chances. Yes, we can score, but it's only a question of time when they speed up the game again. So it was for us today, I think, no chance to take something here after this start anyway. And the only thing what we tried second half was to keep the result in a normal shape, because we know how quick it can go against this team. But I think the second half then could see that we can do it better and different. And in the second half, I think the tactic was also a better one.
3 home wins, 10 goals scored, 3 clean sheets. Not a bad week's work.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, today was obviously a game who went completely in our way, in our direction. So we scored early, control the game pretty much. And I said the boys after the game, 4-0, what do I have to moan about? But we can do much better. We have to do much better, because Ali's saves were too spectacular, actually. So, but the goalkeeper has to save a few balls. That's completely normal, but they should not be alone in front of his goal. So that makes no sense. So we have to improve. But of course, a lot of things were really good, and it's a challenge to be, after, you are right, after that week with the results we had, being 3-0 up, 4-0 up, and then keeping the concentration. That's opposite. We could see that, I think, that it was not the case. So, how's that? Space for improvement, but still good.
Can I ask you a tactical question? If you were the opposing manager, how would you stop your team from scoring? Nobody can.
They will find ways. They always found ways. It's because of the skill set what the boys have, but they will find, the team will find a way. But it's always like this. There's a way to defend it, but first and foremost, then we have to find worse solutions, and we are really desperate to find the right solutions as long as possible.
Well, Ralph, you changed things around a little bit today. Did it just not work?
No, it was a mistake. What we did in the beginning with the shape we played, it's not possible to play against this team man-oriented. This is, with our quality to defend, not possible. They killed us in the first half with their movements, with the give and goes, and we couldn't. We haven't been able to defend them, and this is the reason why we changed in the halftime to our normal shape, and this worked a little bit better in the second half.
That's 2 or more goals in 17 games in a row for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's great, because it's a tough league. We're still playing a great game as well, great football. We miss the crowd as well. We miss Anfield full, and also we miss some players that we were injured the last year. So it's a completely different football that we played last season, and I think we can achieve good things this year.
Looking forward to Wednesday?
Actually, maybe I should do, but it's a game. People make too much of it. I don't like the way it's approached. I think very often there things go over the top. We want to play football there, and let's see what the opponent wants.
Well, another very convincing win for Liverpool. That's 2 goals or more in 17 consecutive games. The last team to do that was Sunderland back in 1927. Before you say it, not even I was that old. One of those players that scored was Thiago Alcantara, and he seems to be really settling into the team now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was nice for Jurgen Klopp to kind of, a couple of games in a row now, and his best midfield, the midfield that he's been wanting to have out there. You know, I think Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago have only played together 3 times since his arrival. And that's a concern, but like you said, you know, today, when he's in that midfield, the quality that he possesses and what he brings to the table is clear. It's just sometimes some players just take a little bit longer to adjust, and Liverpool fans will be hoping now that he can maintain a level of fitness. He's always looking forward. At times, Southampton tried to put the press on today, and as a midfielder, the beauty he had is he had the ability to take a whole section of players out of the game with one pass. That's a high press there from Southampton. One pass into a tight area, and he takes that out of play altogether. The anticipation and the quality just to shift it onto his left foot there. Great finish. That's 2 in 2 for him, give him loads of confidence. We know he can do all of this. You know, he can hit pass after pass after pass. And I think for him now, it's about maintaining his fitness, staying in this team, and, you know, just being that player that just kind of dictates the tempo of the game, because he did that for portions of the game today. And he's their go-to man, just little bits and pieces like that where you know that he's going to deliver the right pass with the right weight at the right time. And this is another one of those moments where they're trying to get on top of him, they're trying to squeeze him, but he's got too much quality. And one pass takes out 5, 6 players. And that is what the beauty of having a quality midfielder in there is for Liverpool right now. And we had to chuck in his trademark no-look pass at the end, just for good measure. Just for good measure. No, he's real quality. And, you know, we've got a graphic here at the end that just shows, you know, those top 2 players there, Henderson and Fabinho, they take the load in that midfield. And Jurgen Klopp has to kind of mix between the other players of whoever he can get out there and be fit. And he'll be desperately hoping that Thiago now can go on a little run and become a part of that top 3. And if he does, you know, it's going to be a big factor come the end of the season.
Indeed. We've spoken a lot about Liverpool's midfielders. We've spoken a lot about their forwards, but we've also spoken a lot about their fullbacks. But I suppose in some way, there's not doubts about Andy Robertson at the moment, but the fact that Tsimikas has been playing a little bit, been playing really well, and for the first time, I think Klopp was asked yesterday in the press conference, is he maybe your first choice? And he kind of rubbished it.
Tsimikas has played outstandingly well, but Robertson showed today why he's number 1. Everything in his game was just brilliant. From start to finish, he gives so much energy. When we talk about fullbacks, getting into these positions here, you know, when you go inside, it's very different, the modern-day football. And this is an assist. Normally, fullbacks stay and hold the width, but you see him coming inside. But the variance he's got to his game. You know, they just play the simple pass. Let's play into midfield where people can deal with it. This is a position where he wants to be a little bit wider, linking up with Jota, overlap. And they couldn't deal with him for all today. Southampton played a 3 at the back. It was more like a 5 at the back, pushing Livramento real back. If you just watch him, it just slows down so he could get the quality of the delivery right. And he should have got that. He's spraying passes from left to right. So comfortable. And this was a performance to say, look, I'm still one of the best defenders in the league. And he doesn't stop. His energy, he keeps going and going and going. Salah could probably have done a little bit better. And he's playing for, he's a captain of Scotland, a lot of pressure. He's been doing well. But look at these. Passes in opposition are first. Chances created first. Sprints first. Top performance from a...
Yeah. Certainly was, and a top performance from Liverpool once again.
7 days for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. 4-0 winners in the end, Tim, and it looked like they barely broke sweat afterwards.
Yeah, they're in a good moment, aren't they? You know, I just think that they're really consistent in their levels of performance, you know, whether it's Champions League or the Premier League, whatever competition they play in, whatever personnel comes into the side. I just feel that they look really sharp and really on it, and they know where their strengths are, and they get their ball forward to them guys. And Jota, what a signing this kid has been, Steve. I mean, we all thought it was about the front 3. It's the front 4 now, isn't it, with Jota in there?
But they were talking about sign someone that was going to try and complement that front 3, wasn't they? And will he be a success? Well, he certainly has in terms of goals scored, creating assists. Someone that's gelled into the team. Just look at the runs, though. You know, you've got players in the box. Plenty of bodies, that's always going to just cause havoc amongst Southampton. You know, it works down the left-hand side. Look at this for a pass. Look, straight through the legs there. Then it's about who can get on the end, and that is where a lot of Liverpool's goals are coming out. Pretty similar to a Man City team, inside that 6-yard box. Who's got the desire to get in there, break their neck, and get on the score sheet? I think Jota's been superb.
Yeah, that first goal was after 96 seconds, fastest in the league this season. In on the act for 2-0 here.
Yeah, and the Mo Salah doesn't get enough credit for the assist what he makes. I mean, that's just an absolute tapping. But you have to be in the right place at the right time. You know, they benefit from a sloppy bit of play from Southampton once Mo gets it. You know, he lends it into Henderson, then he goes again, go, hold my run, slide it across the face of the goal, an easy tapping from my mate. Takes a piggyback off the defender on the way as well, but brilliant from Liverpool. All these goals are good team goals, they're not spectacular strikes, apart from the next one.
Absolutely. Actually, talking of Salah's assist there, it's a milestone moment as far as the Egyptian is concerned. That took him to 150 goal contributions in terms of goals and assists. That's 150 contributions in 171 appearances. I mean, that is simply sensational.
Yeah, that is phenomenal, and rightly so, because at the moment he is the best player in the world. You know, he's in that form of his life where he can go left, he can go right. You see some of the goals that he scored, you know, against the Watfords and that. He's scoring from ridiculous angles, but also lays it on a plate for his teammates. He's never that. Listen, they all want to score. That front three, they're all in a competition between themselves. Yeah. But when it comes to seeing someone up, he'll be the first man to lay it across like he's done today.
Yeah, his professionalism and conditioning, you know, to get to the level week in, week out is uncanny. I mean, it's just an incredible ability to be able to do it. I can't give him enough praise, really. I just think his levels and the numbers there are just incredible. For him to get up to, you know, some of the greatest players we've ever seen in the Premier League, you know, the likes of Henry and Alan Shearer, a guy I played with, you know, this guy is just incredible. You're absolutely right, Steve. He is the best player in the world right now. But to look at the boy's demeanour, you would never guess that. He has no self-indulgence in him. It's not all about him, it's about the team and what he can do best for the side, and that is a dream for Jurgen Klopp at the moment.
As for 3-0, we saw Thiago score an incredible goal against Porto in the Champions League in midweek. This one perhaps wasn't quite so spectacular, but it was the quick footwork that was behind it, wasn't it?
I don't think you'll see me or Tim do that footwork when we was playing. We was probably a bit more stiff, a bit more wooden-y, but you know, you look in there, look at his reaction to get on the ball first though, then it's the little drop of the shoulder, a little swivel, but listen, you don't shoot, you don't get the deflection, purely deserves it. You've just gone from two of his goals midweek and that, you couldn't get him too farther away, but he's named to be on the score sheet.
Yeah, we've not seen the best of him yet, but I think with the run of games that we're getting now, you know, if you need to get a team to keep the ball, and you've got a guy like that to call on, and if he steps further up the field, he's always going to be a goal threat because of his feet. I mean, his feet are so clean. You know, the drag there, and just he never even broke stride. And he just smashes it with his unfavoured left foot. Gets the luck with the deflection, but I mean, we're talking about a real quality player. You don't play for the teams he's played for without being top draw.
Yeah, obviously you're both former central midfielders. You've spoken about briefly his ability. What about his potential? Is there scope there to get even better?
I think so. With this manager, I think he's working on his intensity out of possession. But when you're that good in possession, if you don't give the ball away, you ain't got to get it back. And this boy don't give it away too much.
No. Amazing, when he first came in, a lot of critics were saying that he slows them down.
Slowed it down.
Liverpool's all about that high energy, you know, but how can you say that against him? He knows when to put the foot on it, when to roll it, when to give it, when to lend it, and then when he can play a pass, he can certainly play a pass that will dissect any defence.
I think he's helped him rest on the ball because it's really hard when the intensity. I think Man City are apart from any side who are capable of doing it. They counter-take Man City with the best of them. Liverpool, we saw them last when they won the league, they're 100 mile an hour all of the time. Sometimes you need to rest on the football. Pep Guardiola teaches them how to rest on the football, but Thiago is teaching them how to rest, picking the right pass at the right time. Whenever he gets the ball, the players know that he's going to be secure in possession. They make the pitch so big and they make the opposition chase. And while they've got the football, they're resting. They're conserving their energy until they're ready to go forward to the front 3 or 4.
You can definitely notice this dovetailing that's clearly going on between him and Fabinho in recent weeks. As for the fourth goal for Liverpool, against his former side, Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, again, great strike. You know, I think he just sees it. It's one of the ones where he's looking at it and you're thinking, is he going to catch it too late? Does he think it's going to come to him? He knows it's going to clear all that pack in front of him. He throws a little right swinger at it, keeps it low, has no chance. And look, You look at the scoreline there, 4-0, and then Klopp's interview after saying, look, we've still got levels. You know, we still could have done more. It's amazing that they've scored 4 goals after the week that they've had in terms of the games and the rest in between, and he's still saying, he's still trying to pick bones out of it. That's the levels that they're achieving.
Yeah. As for Southampton, they changed shape. Ralph Hasenhüttl has also since admitted that he made the wrong decision to go as attacking as he did, 3-4-3. He played 3 central strikers in the final third. Was that brave or a bit naive?
It was brave, naive.
Bit of both then.
Listen, I'm all for it. I really.
You're for it, are you?
I'm all for it. I'm all for rolling the dice. I've seen too many teams go there, stay behind the ball, 40 yards from goal, and still get beat. At least he's had a go today. Alisson's made a lot of good saves at important times. If the goals change games, we know what it's all about in this Premier League. I admire the fact that he's tried something different. Yeah. Yes, he's come out and he's took all the criticism himself. He's took it on his quite considerable chin. But I think he's got every right to, and I think he's a good manager.
Yeah. So I was going to say, because I think what he's done there, his tactics and his setup goes back to when they went to Man City, when they could have easily won that game on the front foot, took it to Man City at the Etihad. He's probably sat down with his players here and gone, listen, we're going to go to Anfield, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We've done it to one of the best teams in Europe, we can go and do it to these as well. Didn't come off today.
OK.